Bigger, better, bolder. The cold, hard truth is taking talk to the next level. Right here on Bobo 89.1 FM, Cayman's community radio. We are still spilling the tea and committed to being part of the change that Cayman so desperately needs. Join Sandy Hill weekdays from 7:30 a.m. for Premier Access, Cayman Voices, Truthful Thursdays, and much more. Cayman's #1 talk show is now bigger, better, bolder, and more than talk. Getting results with hot topics, consumer reports, court exposés, and more.
I've come to set the record straight. I've come to shine the light on you. Let me introduce myself. I am the cold, hard truth.
Now, from the CMR studio in Grand Cayman, live, direct, it's the cold, hard truth. Now, join the conversation on 345-936-2626.
That number again is
345-936-2626.
Good morning, Cayman. Happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing? You guys are going to have to keep an eye on the whole radio situation for me because it's not resolved to your satisfaction, I can tell you that. So we're having a bit of a tech issue and the gremlins are in the cables or something because we cannot figure this one out. It has a stumped honey shell, stumpity stump. So, we'll keep an eye on it, but I'm reaching out to tech support. If you can do a remote session today. Okay. So we'll, see how we get on with that. What can I tell you except, these things happen and you've got to keep on top of them. Yeah. Anyway, continue to do a lot of work behind the scenes on CMR TV. I think we're on the cusp of making some collaborative moves that I think once we can reveal those, you guys are going to be so excited to hear a bit more about those. I'm excited. So, lots going on otherwise that we will delve into. And let me get the links here now to share with our usual classmates. Good morning to all of our beautiful people. Irvlyn, first one in the comment section. Good morning to you, my lovely. How are you? Hope that you're doing well. So September 1st is next week, Monday. Oh my God. A month, less than a week away now. Kids are back in school. Is everybody back in now? Government goes back when? Pretty much between, I think, today and tomorrow, everybody's going to be back in school. So there's a lot of interesting things happening on the school front. And, we're keeping an eye. Minister Ralston Anglin is at the helm now of education. He's got his chief officer back, Satanya Cacho. And so there are high expectations for them in terms of what is going to be coming in terms of improvements in the school year. I know that silently, there have been a lot of movements happening within the school administration. We've talked about some of the perceptions there with the hiring in education and what some of the concerns were. And even last weekend, not this weekend gone, but the weekend before that, I ran into someone who, was bringing up this whole thing with basically people feeling like if they're not part of the 7-day Adventists. And listen, I hope the 7-day Adventist people don't get in their feelings about anything, because you really shouldn't. At the end of the day, I don't hold anything against anybody when it comes to religion. But, perception is reality. And the perception certainly was that if you were 7-day Adventist, you were getting recruited from Jamaica and given positions in their schools. And even if you were here and you were 7-day Adventist, you're getting promoted. Someone mentioned that, the guy there with the rape of his niece, the teenager, who's now been found guilty. They're like, oh, Sandy, you missed that he's 7-day Adventist or what? And I was like, oh, Lord, have mercy. Seriously? They're like, yep, he was one of them. Got hired under Miss Monteith. Because once again, 7-day Adventists were getting priority. I'm not saying she wasn't hiring anybody else, but there seemed to be an imbalance in the number of 7-day Adventist followers that we were getting placement in our schools. So he was one of her recruitments. He was one of her 7-day Adventist brethren who was up to the most. Thank God the young lady came forward in terms of what happened to her, and she told trusted people. And also thank God that her family, I don't know if you guys remember, we spoke to, her dad and uncles and stuff. All Jamaicans, all from Jamaica. They're living abroad and other places, but they really stood by this child. And I'm so glad that they did, because, so many children, when they're dealing with this trauma and they come forward, they find that the support that they're getting, if they get any at all, is less than welcoming. So I'm glad that they were very, very supportive of her, helped her to navigate the criminal justice system, and justice was served. That's what we know. Justice was served. So praise the Lord for that. Someone said to me this weekend, Al Ebanks is going to be coming on the show, by the way. Big shout out to Al. Artist extraordinaire. He's coming on here shortly. Let me just send out let me just mute that and send out this link. So he's going to be joining us here shortly. I do need to send him the show link, the link to join in. So yes, Al will be joining us. And I must say that amazingly, it's one of those things where let me pause him for a second. It's one of those things where the community here has to really stand on principle on a lot of things. And funny enough, sometimes I get very strange questions about my beliefs. And so I understand it up to a certain point. Like, there are those of you who are like, oh my gosh, you question the establishment, you question church, are you a believer? And so some of you are more worried about my soul than you really should be. Because when you go to the good pearly gates, the good Lord is not going to be asking you about me. He's going to ask you about yourself, honey child. So someone sent me something this weekend, and it is interesting. It's a history show, and I think I've seen a similar show before, years ago, in fact. It was when I was in Jamaica years ago, because we were taking a long drive from country, and I needed something to watch. So I was sitting there watching TV on my phone, trying to not sleep or whatever, keep Marlon company while he was driving. And so it was, not to digress too much, but it was about the fact that there is a argument that aliens have been amongst us forever. And a lot of our history of like drawings and different things way back from caveman days and the pyramids, like some of the feats that we've been able to accomplish were accomplished with the help of like alien and more intelligent beings, and how they have, impacted our history. Like, there's a couple, it is interesting to watch, and it does make you go, okay, oh, Kirks. So the person sent it to me, and they're like, oh, I thought you might find this interesting because you're an atheist. I was like, what? Who told you that I was an atheist? I'm like, I'm not an atheist. What the hell? And they're like, oh, I thought you were. And I said, no, this is where y'all be making assumptions and coming to the wrong assumption. I'm like, what would make you think that? Well, just the way that you speak on the church. I'm like, honey, child, please. Y'all are so not used to accountability that when people, call you out on your BS, you make assumptions. Well, I'm not an atheist. I think faith is very, very important. And I think that it's important for you to believe in something. What I have said, though, and this is where people don't understand the logic of this, perhaps, it's not really as straightforward. My position is I believe what I believe because I grew up in an environment where we were taught that Christianity is the correct and right religion. But what I refuse to do is I refuse to castigate. Oh, let me turn on my other light. My apologies. I refuse to, I refuse to castigate anybody else. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about your religion is wrong, your belief system, because everyone grew up believing what they believe, especially when it comes to religion, because of the environment. So my aunt was a Christian, her parents were Christians, the parents before them. But I also understand a lot about the history of all of this and from whence we've come it. So I know that you go back a few generations, and our people were not Christians. They were coming out of Africa where they believed very different things. Christianity was even around then. So I accept that I believe what I believe, and I don't try to force my beliefs on anybody else. But I also accept that maybe I don't have it right. Maybe I don't have all the answers. And I'm not here to force my belief system when it comes to religious beliefs on anybody else. And I'm also not here to tell anybody else that their beliefs are wrong. Not on this subject, right? We can have interesting conversations and we can talk about it. So I do have friends who are atheists, and I know that they're atheists, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to beat them over the head and castigate them for being who they are and believe in what they believe. They've had their own journey, and they have come to their own conclusions based on that journey. And that really isn't my job. And I know some of you believe that in your position, the Bible says one thing about, trying to go out there converting people. I think y'all really take it to an extreme. You convert people by the lifestyle that you live. So those of you who are living the worst lifestyles, I can tell you that is what runs people away from your religion. That is what runs people away from Christianity. So I had someone send me a very lengthy message yesterday apologizing about their comments and how they acted in relation to the Dr. Clark conversation. I appreciate the apology, but it's almost not even necessary from the perspective that I'm not going to take it personal. You guys will believe him or you won't believe him. And that is entirely, just like you believe anybody else, that is entirely dependent on, where you are in your journey. Some of you are extremely, and I use the term gullible, because trust me, the things that we know about some of these pastors and you guys refuse to believe it, it's just shocking to me. But that's on you. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe the truth. You're free to drink the Kool-Aid. And all I can do is pray that one day you will have a discerning spirit that allows you to navigate the world where, you don't believe everything that you're told just because you're told it. So people are subject to, they're human beings. They're subject to being false prophets. They're subject to lying. They're subject to deception. And the more powerful an individual gets, even in the world of religion, I think you guys will be surprised at the more abuses that will be occurring. So everyone is subject to being under a microscope. Everyone is subject to being questioned in terms of their behavior, even me, myself. Nobody is exempt from that. And I think that really, truly, that's the way that it should be. The day you blindly follow people, my gosh, you're lost. You're completely lost. The Bible does not tell you to blindly follow anyone. Not anybody walking this earth, I can tell you that much. So it's all good. Thanks for the apology. I appreciate it. I'm going to respond to you this morning, sir. And when you're up in your feelings and you feel like someone is attacking someone that you care about or someone that you love or someone that you admire, you're a man of the faith, that sort of thing. I understand and I get it. But I think that a lot of you need to reevaluate where you're at. Delcy, thank you so much. Delcy's asking about how the knee is coming along. It's coming to come, honey child. It is coming to come. So did physio yesterday. Andy is really, Andy gets in there and he really works it for me. And yeah, what can I say except when he's doing it, I feel the pain. I'm like, oh, Andy, please. He said, yeah. He said, that's why they call physical therapists. What did he say? Physical terrorists or something. He made me laugh. Al will be coming on momentarily. We're just giving him a minute to sort himself out. So yeah, what can I say except it's a process. It's a process that I have to go through, and there's a little bit of pain involved in it. But as they say, especially in this situation, no pain, no gain. So we are going to stay focused, and ultimately we will get there. So every day I'm feeling better. I'm doing a little bit more walking without the crutches, but I'm still reliant on them because I do get tired or the knee starts to ache and hurt a little bit. So he's giving me my daily exercises that I need to do. And I'm trying to remember to do those like throughout the day and to just, bend the knee and stretch it, bend the knee and stretch it, amongst other things. So I think he's going to be sending me my little exercises by email because sometimes I forget. I'm like, what else was I supposed to do again? Which other leg lift or whatever? So yes. And what an amazing conversation we were having yesterday around Caymanians and Caymanian history. And thank you all so much for your suggestions on additional people that we could interview as well. Really, really appreciate it. So good morning to Mr. Roy. Abby's in the house. Barbara, I'm being told by our dear friend Soka, because she's the literary and pronunciation police in the group. She's telling me that I'm probably mispronouncing your last name. Can you spell it phonetically for me, or just WhatsApp me a voice note on how you actually say it? Because she thinks I'm saying it wrong. I'm saying it like a hard way, and it's supposed to be said some other way. So do let me know. Good morning to Ben and Delcy joining us from Miramar, Florida. Marshall from North Carolina. Miss Olivia. Louise, how's that little baby doing? Miss Sherry Ann, so good to see you. Jennifer in the house. Blissful British, good morning, good morning. Wee Wee is here. Robert in the house. Mike McDonald says, have there been any updates on any of the recent armed robberies? No. I mean, first of all, the police don't really provide updates quite like that. They take their time with investigations. Let's put it that way. And of course, they what can I say to you? They also are, I don't know. No updates. They don't really communicate with us quite in that way. I mean, what they tell us is, listen, sometimes they're pursuing lines of inquiry, reviewing CCTV footage and all this sort of stuff. And they're on the heels of making some breakthroughs, but they don't always want to provide those details to us because it might compromise their investigation. So we give them the time and the space that they need. And they said, their numbers are improving in terms of how many cases actually successfully get to court. So we'll get there. Yeah. And there's always, if you notice, Mike, there tends to be spikes in these robberies. So all of a sudden, you have a slate of them, and then they'll kind of lull down. It look like these criminals, sometimes they need money. Iva, you're in Jamaica? I thought you were coming back home recently and you were supposed to link me the other day from Panama. What are you doing in Jamaica? You're just all over the place. I can't keep up. So I think that, we try to give them a lots of space to do what they got to do. And, eventually they provide us with an annual report, Mike, or they give us additional information on kind of where they're at with their investigations and arrests and so on. And a lot of them are related. Like they'll know, for example, that, there's a spate of robberies and it's all the same. It's all the same groups of people or gangs or whatever they're calling themselves these days. Okay. All right. So, okay. Let me see. So kids are back in school, or most of them are getting ready. Lots of exciting times for them. And I think that a lot of children look forward to new uniforms and all these things. By the way, I had a few donated items available. And so I'm saying it right. It's just Barbara G. That's it. Is that right? G or Jeet or Geeg? Now I don't know, Barbara. Well, it's not me. The pronunciation might help if I heard it. But kids are excited to go back to school, get new things. I was trying to donate some of Gigi's stuff, and y'all on Instagram were like, those things don't look good to us. And I was like, okay, no problem. We can donate it to somebody overseas. I was like, my first thought is don't send stuff overseas because we have people in need here, but y'all are in need, but y'all are stush, apparently. Stush people in need. Don't know how that works quite readily, but ultimately, y'all, honey child, y'all are not ready. So having said that, no problem. I had no idea that y'all had such high standards. Mind you, some of those shoes were not even worn. I mean, if you see a pair, you're like, nope, that one isn't going to suit me for whatever reason. Then you pick another pair, but y'all are like, yeah. Anyway, there's a Cuban lady who said, my people won't be complaining about that, Miss Sandy. Can I get those? Of course you can. I know they'll be grateful. Yes, sir. What mess. Anywho, goody. Hello. So somebody said I always thought it was pronounced geek, without the K, like gee. Gee. Is it gee? Could be. Gee. No, she said it's G. She said, I'm pronouncing it right. It's G, like the letter G. All right. Thank you, darling. Jim says beggars can't be choosy. Yes, except what I say, beggars can't be choosy except for choosy beggars. So there you go. There's your exception. But yeah, our people are choosy. They want brand new stuff when you're donating it, and you're not going to get that. You gotta, if you want that, then you have to go out there and kind of buy it yourself. Having said that, I appreciate, listen, we're not trying to give people horrible stuff that you yourself wouldn't want. And the person kind of made that comment. And I'm like, well, here's the funny thing. My daughter was still wearing those shoes. It's just that they can't fit her anymore. Her feet have grown. But y'all trying to floss out here and be so special out in these streets that ultimately, you want brand new shoes. You want me to go shopping for you. You're sending me to the Skechers store and being like, yeah, auntie, this is the pair I need. All right. You do those things when you can afford to do those things. I'm just saying. So they're choosy there, Jim. I don't know what to say about them, but that's probably why some of them are not getting as much help as they need. That reminds me of that relative I was telling you guys about last week. Got a few children, and her philosophy with the children was like, if you can't help all, you can't help one. I'm just like, wow, that's dumb if I've ever heard an unintelligent statement. If you can't help all, you can't help one. Imagine if one person helped one, another person helped one, another person helped one, they'll all get help. But nope, that's not how she saw it. Poor people mentality, child. They want the most, and they don't even understand the sacrifices that the rest of us are making in this world just to be able to do the things that we do and pay our bills and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my friend said to me recently, I had some stew chicken and dumpling. And I said, hey, stew chicken and dumpling for dinner tonight. You coming over? Oh, that's poor people food. Jokingly, and I don't think that that's funny at all. I'm like, yo, I'm poor, so I'm good with it. Let me go have a plate of my stew chicken, rice and vegetables. That's saving me money from having to eat out. So yeah, if you want to call me poor because I'm eating stew chicken, then fine. Although I'm confused because this person loved them a curry chicken. I'm like, what's the difference between curry chicken and stew chicken, except one has curry and one has other stuff? Miss Julie Mango, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, you know, sometimes we're learning certain things in our head about poor people this and poor people that. Like Jim said, yes, hallelujah. Let them go out and spend their money. Yep. Let them. Because apparently I must work hard for myself and other people. And they expect to get the new stuff that I'm working. I'm like, not quite, Bobo. That's not how that's going to work. Good morning, Miss Emma. Irvin says, I don't give clothes to anyone. I bag them, and send them to the landfill. Ooh, that hurts, Irvin. That hurts because I must say, not everyone has that attitude. That's why I always keep these things in perspective, honey child, because I can tell you that, you know, a lot of times no. That hurts my heart to hear you say that. Lord Jesus. No, we need to do a better job at learning how to reuse and repurpose stuff. There was such an interesting thing that what's her name now? The Jamaican lady there, beautiful Hannah. What's her first name again? Lisa Hannah shared, and she was talking about how we are constantly like buying cheap stuff that doesn't even last. And so it is ending up in the landfill a lot sooner. And that is horrible for the environment. That is, you know, it's just ridiculous. So let me see if I can find that video, because I loved that video when she did it. It really touched me. And it's one of the reasons why I don't really buy cheap stuff, because it doesn't last. And so my Aunt Lottie, let me tell you something now. She was a woman guided by principles, and back in those days, nobody was really talking about the environment and thinking about the environment. But her philosophy was, you buy good quality stuff that you can afford, and it's going to last you forever. And she's absolutely right. Like, listen, I have got some skirts, I've since donated them, in my closet that I've had for 20 years. And the only way you could tell, honestly, that was a 20-year-old skirt, because I've worn it so much, is that the tag, the label is, you know, after a while that the ink on that disappears. Other than that, you could not tell. And so she always said, take care of your stuff and, you know, don't overspend on things, but, you know, buy quality goods. And so there was a whole video reel that Lisa Hannah did about this, about the importance of just buying quality goods and not wasting things just because we can. And she was talking about the the whole, what's it called? Oh God, Shein, like these websites. She's like, the quality of the stuff that they are now producing and selling on those websites, you wear it once and you can't wear it again. It just falls apart. And I think that, she had on an outfit and she was saying how she had, I'm going to try to find that. She had this outfit for so long, and she puts pieces together that she's had from like 15, 20 years ago. And I absolutely love that, for her to put that message out there as someone who's now an influencer in that space, I think is really, really important. We're consumers, and I'm not one to bash anybody. We're Uber consumers, and we're out there spending a lot. But there are people who can't even, and she makes a good point. There are people, especially in Jamaica, who can't afford it, but yet they are finding money to kind of like do the most and spend the most when they know they can't really afford it. And they're just wasting money, because then they go and buy all this cheap stuff that they wear once or twice, and then they throw it in the landfill. And so throwing it in the landfill, oh my God, when you said that, Irvelin, you made my heart ache. Please don't do that. I have given out bags of clothing that people have been able to use on job interviews, use at jobs, like all over the place. And it's something that, like I said, you have people complaining. I'm not even paying them to mind, but this is stuff that has been able to really help them. And then they, like some people come to me, Sandy, I've worn it and then I've turned around and given it to somebody else. So please don't bag it up and put it in the landfill unless it's in such poor condition that you don't have a choice. Our landfills can't take anymore. It's Woosa. Oh, I think this is the one. Is this the one about style a style and style can't spoil? Is this the one? Hold on. Let me see if this is the one that I was listening to. Let me just grab the. Yes, this is the one. I'm going to download this for you guys because the message here is so powerful that I think we need to listen. I really enjoy her thought-provoking videos. Thank you, Lisa Hannah. But yes, I mean, come on, folks. Share. And the only thing, there's two things that I don't personally share, right? One is underwear for obvious reasons, and bathing suits for obvious reasons. So, yes, those are different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, everything else is like, listen, I mean, you do wear clothes, right? I mean, you wear undergarments, so yeah. Can y'all help the earth? All right, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get this downloaded here. Yeah, help Mother Earth. Don't keep taking stuff to the dump. Oh my God, reuse, repurpose. That is so incredibly important, folks. I cannot stress it enough in terms of how important that is, because we are doing a number on our landfills and or spaces like that. So let me just find what's going on with my download situation here. Okay, give me 1 second. We're gonna throwing a couple commercials, but yes, girl, you can find people who are grateful. I just mentioned the one on grateful comment on Instagram, but they'll be fine. There are lots of other people who will DM me privately and say, girl, I could use those things. And the dresses are like, I mean, listen, Gianna's an only child. So of course she has more in her closet than she can use. So, at the end of the day, the clothes that she has that barely get worn, Miss Stacy's always complaining about it. I'm like, ooh, honey, chill. Because she is an only child, you know, she gets clothing. If she's not that attached to it, and you know how children are, especially little girls, oh my gosh, they get all up in their feelings about their little outfits and stuff. And so if she's not uber attached to a piece, she may not wear it very much. And so by her not wearing it very much, you know, it's practically brand new. Let me just end this and see if I can. So yeah, so the little dresses are like no wear time whatsoever on them. Seriously. So I was shocked when y'all were like, we don't like this stuff. This doesn't look like you should be donating it to anyone. I was like, really? Some of the shoes legitimately have not even been worn, but maybe once or twice. And then because she's obsessed with one or two little shoes and then she goes out of them. What a hot mess. Anywho, yes, what you gonna do? Okay, sizing, etc. All right, let me see if I can. But this is the world that we live in because things can be made so cheaply now that we get it cheaply, we use it cheaply, we throw it down cheaply, and we just don't care. Ooh, honey, child. That's why I'm not buying nothing cheap like that. I'll get a bargain. So I'm not saying, listen, that's why I love my little Marshalls and TJ Maxx, you know, because yes, I can go there and get a bargain and boy, that price still looking good, but it's not DD's discount or whatever. It's not that cheap. I went to DD's. I saw DD's discount. I'm like, oh, I saw it in Miami. They had one store down, I don't know, that side. Don't ask me too much about Miami. And I was like, oh, what is this store, DD's Discount? I haven't heard of them before. And they were opening this new location right down on the other side of Doral. There's like a fire station nearby, and there's a breakfast Denny's or IHOP or something. I think it's Denny's. And so we'd gone there for breakfast, and then there's a little plaza in the back, and there's like a comic book store, and the DD's is over here. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of this store called DD's Discount before. What kind of place is this? So I said, all right, I'm gonna go check it out. Ooh, honey child. When I went in there and I looked at the material, I'm like, why are their clothes so thin? The material is somebody said, did you know that DD's Discount is part of the Ross family? Well, I did not know that. And I guess that's for the uber cheap people who don't even want to spend $10 in a top. So I don't know what DD's is selling their stuff for, but let me tell you, that's a different level of cheap quality. You know, the quality of their goods in DD's is like, no, sir. I did not know that. Thank you so much for sharing that. But I would never shop DD's. I went in there and I could not. I was with friends and they were grabbing stuff. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I can't find anything of a quality that I could probably wear 4 or 5 times without it falling apart. And so I refuse to shop in there. I ain't wasting my money. That's throwing good money after bad. That's why I want you guys to watch this video by Lisa Hanna, because she really brings the point home. No, you buy something quality and you just make sure that it's going to last you a good while. Hello, Miss Barbara. Ooh, watching from windy London. Hello, darling. How are you? So good to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Tartarian says, can you reach out to Dwayne McLean? He's also Cayman fashion designer and author who moved to England. Get him on your show. Oh, I don't even know who he is. Dwayne McLean. He's from East Anoa. Who he from? Who's his people? McLean with a C? Not our kind of McLean. You sure he's a Caymanian? Or are you just misspelling it? Anybody knows this Dwayne McLean? Send me his information. So yes, DD's Discounts first opened their first store in 2004 as a place to shop and save in your neighborhood. We're part of the Ross family. Now, is Ross also part of TJ Maxx? Because I know some of them are together and some are not. So there's Ross, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls. They're all together, right? So our buyers know all about delivering great deals every day on clothing, shoes, home decor, fashions. We have the looks and brands you love at prices well below other retailers. Well, like I said, I'm not pushing it too much here, but what I saw when I went in there in terms of clothing, I was not impressed. It was a little bit too low quality for me. Like I could tell just by touching the material and looking at it that the quality was a bit much. This person said, good morning, San. I'm recycling plastic material that I use at my house. So each week we have been taking it to the recycling bin, but it sure helps my garbage that is collected. Started 4 months now, and it's amazing working on glass now. Let us keep Mother Earth clean. Oh my God, no way. No. Oh my God, no way. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Jesus. Oh my gosh. And we were just talking about doing a Cayman Voices segment with him. Oh my God. And literally, oh my God. Okay. Wow. Child, when you get bad news in the middle of the show, my little heart can't take it. Lavana says, I take mine to Red Cross or NCVO. I don't have the time for people complaining. I know that's true. And then the crazy thing is they'll go to Red Cross and pay for it in their thrift shop. But I mean, don't forget too, the Humane Society, even one dog at a time, they all do kind of like thrift shop. So you can donate to them and they'll resell it. And then they'll use the funds to help their causes. So yes. Good morning, Miss Morna. She says, I have a good heart and it makes me feel so good that I can give somebody something. And the more I give, the more I receive. It's sad to hear that they bag and send it to the landfill. Yeah, Irvin, we're going to change that with you now. We're going to change that with you. The next time you bag it up, just give it to me. Don't take it to the landfill. Although I don't like stuff around me, I will quickly give it to somebody in need. Tartarian says, you don't have to tell everyone your business. If you get some clothing from charity, please give to charity. Don't throw them out if life is still in them. And trust me, a lot of times life is in a lot of things. Clothing wise can be repurposed. So let's listen to Lisa Hanna on this. Irvin says Shein has some good stuff. The material is good and comfortable, and I only threw out stuff once in a blue moon, though. I don't know. When you sound like you bagged it up, that sound like a couple bags well there, honey chill. Oh my God, I was just thinking about you. All right, let's tune in then to Miss Lisa.
Ask you something. How can a dress cost less than a patty and a box juice? You might call it a bargain. You might call it fashion. But let's be honest. What are you really buying? Is it really fashion or is it an illusion because the clothes are really cheap and you can buy a lot of them? And are you really just chasing trends on Instagram or TikTok and then tossing out the clothes just as quickly? This is what is known in today's industry as fast fashion. Cheap clothing that just churns out. And it has quietly become one of the most profitable and one of the most destructive industries on earth. But last month, something interesting happened, actually. France stood up and said enough. They passed what some are calling a very bold new law, targeting ultra-fast fashion brands like Shein and Temu, brands that flood the market with thousands of new items every single week. And starting next year, Each item sold in France by one of these brands will carry a €5 eco-tax. And by 2030, that figure is going to double to €10 or 50% of the retail price, whichever is higher. And if that wasn't, as you say, bold enough, France went even a step further. They banned influencer marketing of these brands. And what they will do is they'll funnel the tax revenue into sustainable fashion initiatives. So some are arguing that this is not just regulation by France, it's actually a revolution. A government saying, look, we're going to draw the line in the sand and declare that the era of disposable clothing is over. The era of this, consistent consumption by young people to just buy clothes that are not sustainable is over. So let's unpack it, because I can hear some of you saying, but Lisa, you can't go on because you can afford to buy the clothes. And you all know most of these things that I wear are made in Jamaica. Jamaican skirt, Jamaican top, Jamaican belt, Jamaican cuff. Everything I have on is made in Jamaica. And this has been made years ago, and I still have it, separates. So let's unpack the numbers, because according to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, the fashion industry now produces more than 100 billion garments a year. Yeah, 100 billion. That's over 13 pieces of clothing for every single person on earth. And yet, we're not dressing better, we're just dumping faster. We buy 60% more clothes than we did in 2000. But we wear each piece a fraction as often. And what the World Bank tells us is that close to 90% of those clothes will end up either incinerated or buried in landfills. Just look at some of the dump sites, major dump sites in countries like Africa, for example. You just have to go down to Riverton and look right here. That's over $500 billion in lost value every single year. And in France, 35 garments are thrown away every single second here in the Caribbean. So I don't need to tell you that many of the clothes that, we buy and we say is fast fashion are synthetic, non-biodegradable. They can't burn, essentially. You just have to dump them, because all of the things are basically artificially produced, dyed. And most of it arrives in folded trade, secondhand clothing exported from the global north and maybe worn once or twice. And that isn't just waste. It's actually overflow. And the damage doesn't stop there. If you talk about emissions, the fashion industry now accounts for 10% of carbon emissions. If you talk about water, wastewater, 20% of the world's wastewater comes from dyeing and finishing of the textiles that go into these fast fashion items. And then there's a human cost, because most of the factories that have to make these clothes and churn them out that quickly are on the backs of women and children who make less than $2 US a day. And you might say, well, that's crazy. So let's call it what it is. Are you really wearing exploitation as well, and often passing it off as style? Now, while France takes the lead, they're not alone. You have the UK that has now a textiles tracker to look at recyclability. You have the EU that's demanding that big fashion brands disclose their supply chains. In the US, you have cities like Los Angeles and New York who are banning single-use plastics in fashion packages. You have, over 60 brands in India that are collaborated on shared textile recycling hubs. And here in Jamaica, the tide is turning. And I want to talk about that a little bit. But before I do, there's some that say, well, France did it because they have to protect their luxury fashion houses. Louis Vuitton, Dior, Hermes, Chanel, because they're all thriving. And these fashion houses in 2024, these luxury fashion houses, raked in nearly 140 billion euro in revenue. And some might argue, well, why are you taxing fast fashion while luxury fashion cashes in? Is it a coincidence? Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but there's no evidence to suggest it. But the contrast is even more glaring, because like a pair of Dior jeans is anywhere between US $1,650 to $2,300 US. And if you want something even more exclusive, the price goes up. While on Shein, you can find a knockoff for either 18 US to up to 40 US. And that's the paradox that we live in, because where style, sustainability, and affordability seem like they can't all still sit at the same table. But I want to shift the lens, as I said before, because you see, in Jamaica, Style is style and style can't spoil. Jamaicans are the most or one of the most fashionable people globally. We're stylish. We figure it out. If we have to wear straight jeans and fitted, that's how we do it. And we care how we look. We shop online, we fly out, we just find a way to do it. But we're not only importing fashion now, we're importing a culture of consumption. And are we becoming those trendsetters that we once were? Or are we just lumping ourselves with other people's identity? No. When I was growing up, local designers were who Jamaica thrived on. Sony Swimwear, Spunk Swimwear. We had Chad, we had Sadie Sewers, Norma Sewers. I could go on and on. Mushroom, we had My Mother Made Clothes. Louise Graham, Belt by Cheryl out in Trelawney. And these things I've had for years and years and years. But no, there's a renaissance, and I love it because I'm now seeing young designers like Anna IXE, who is transforming natural materials into couture performance. I'm seeing Tribe 9 studio flipping khaki into modern heritage designs. I'm seeing Havili capturing Caribbean minimalism into elegant ready-to-wear. I'm seeing Denali, who's worked, kind of dances between island rhythm and international sophistication, and they're not alone. We have other talents, I'm a Louise girl. You have Sidella Mali, you have Jay Jolly, you have Uzuri, and that's just to name a few. You have so many other young designers out there, and pop your name in the comments and tell me who you are. And these are names that are stitching the next chapter of Jamaican fashion, one made with pride, purpose, and power. So before Jamaica begins to rush into banning imports or layering on new taxes, let's just take 2 steps. For the generation coming behind, let's educate our consumers, especially our young people scrolling through endless hauls and seeing these things pop up on their IG feeds. And let's teach them how to read tags, how to know their labels, how to understand their impact. And then 2, let's invest in our local people, in our local design economy, our jewelry makers. Let's build a fashion industry that's globally competitive and culturally rich and environmentally responsible. And let's tell the world and our children, we're your values. Because France's law is not just about Europe and themselves and their luxury market. It's a mirror. And it's looking right at us. Because we can no longer afford to be fashionable at the cost of being unsustainable, nor can we let our culture be colonized by careless consumption of international people who just want to dump their identity on us. And Jamaica must now stitch together a new story, one woven in style, sustainability, sovereignty of who we are. Because you see, the threads that we choose today will become the fabric of the world we wear tomorrow.
Oh, I love that. The threads that we choose today become the fabric of the, what should she say? Hold on. Let me play that last bit again. But the point really that she makes is so beautiful. And I think that, yes, we all need to do better. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you?
I'm good, honey chow. How you doing?
I'm not too bad.
Good.
Sandra, I just want to ask a question and
Sure.
see what we can get feedback on it. Has all of our Caymanians gone job redundant? Because everywhere you go, there's a foreign nationality. They can't even speak English. I went into somewhere yesterday, and most of the government department, all of these securities are foreigners. We don't have no Caymanians that can take up security jobs.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's not what we're talking about right now, but we've certainly talked about it for a number.
Sorry, I didn't know what you were talking about, but
yes,
I mean,
yeah, it's a mess. But we do have Al Ebanks who's going to be jumping on, but it's a complicated issue for more reasons than one. To be fair, a lot of times we say, yes, why aren't Caymanians holding these jobs? But I can also tell you a lot of Caymanians don't want jobs as security. Most of us think we're above that. So sometimes it's your own fault why, and we have created an economy that is reliant on foreign labor because there are a lot of jobs here and there's not really that many Caymanians here. So, it's a combination. It's a combination of things.
From the posters, but some of these jobs that I see, people out there doing foreigners and they're doing, like we're in the port. I seen a handicapped lady working. I think it was Foster's.
Yes, the jobs are
school and put in the same workplace, treat them.
Yeah, the jobs are there, and trust me, there are a lot of Caymanian employers who do go out of their way to make opportunities for Caymanians, and this is a good time to acknowledge the Fosters because a lot of times they get criticism, but I can tell you they really have seen them hire certain people that nobody else would hire. Even that young man who, has lost an eye and he's posting videos all over the place. He has mental health issues, and yet they still hired him and gave him an opportunity and gave him a chance. He didn't last very long because of his ongoing issues, but very few people would have given him a chance. But we're not quite on that topic today. We're going to actually be talking to Al Ebanks now. He's waiting in the back studio. And we'll be talking to him about some amazing stuff that he's doing. But thank you so much, Carla. Really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, my dear. You're welcome. So we do have Al Ebanks, like I said, waiting in the studio. And we're going to go ahead and bring him in now. Of course, he's headed off to, look at this. Al is headed off to New York Fashion Week. And he is going to be presenting. This is amazing. Very, very exciting time, September the 14th. Showtime at 8 p.m. So let's go ahead and find out more about Brush by Al Ebanks. Good morning, Al. How you doing, honey child?
Good morning, Sandra. How are you doing?
I'm good. I see you there in your studio space.
You see me? Okay.
Yes. Yep. We can see you clearly. So first of all, congratulations on this amazing opportunity. And we want to find out a little bit about how this even came about. But as far as I know, you might be the first Caymanian to go to New York Fashion Week. I've never heard of anybody else going. I stand to be corrected, but this is a pretty big deal.
Well, I must say, Norma Ebanks, she's been going to for a few years now.
Okay.
Got invited a few times, but at the time I don't think I was ready for my collection. I was just building my collection at that time. So
okay.
This year at Cayman Fashion in Style Fashion Week, it went pretty good. I got invited to a few shows in New York, so I had to decide on which one to go to because I had a upcoming job in Cayman to do. So I was iffing and buttoning on if I was going to go. So I'm here ready to go. So.
Yeah, well, looks fantastic. You've got a whole. So how many pieces? Tell us a little bit, Al, about how this works, because of course New York Fashion Week is one of the big ones. There's Paris Fashion Week. Which one is going on now? Is the Paris one going on now?
Well, I'm not sure which one because they usually have at different times.
Yeah, I saw something. I got to watch my little celebrity news here and there, and
I know London is coming up next month or something. Yeah.
London is next month as well. Yeah, because I saw something with Kim Kardashian and her 12-year-old that was raising some eyebrows about how she, the 12-year-old didn't quite look like she was 12. And they're in Rome. So I want to say that they might be there for Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah, Europe always having
yeah. So it's a big deal. And tell us a little bit about what your collection is like. Like, how many pieces do you have in your collection?
In my collection for inside Cayman, I had 40 pieces, but for New York it'll be 10 to 15 pieces. So I have to select my I would say the strongest, but what I would want to put in to fit my models and stuff. So I had a specific look that I want. I like to in my oversized style for the ladies. I like to use this the the smallest models to put on to wear my clothes. Like when they're walking on the runway, it's like a clothes, the clothes just hanging. So it's just the focus is on the piece, not the model. So that's what I was trying to accomplish in that.
Yes. No, fantastic. So are your pieces, is it sort of similar in terms of the collection, or is it a broad representation of your work?
Yeah, I mix it up a bit. Some of the pieces are from in style. I'm taking there, and I'm creating new pieces for the show. So I'll have some new pieces for that runway show.
Yeah. Well, Al, in your studio, you have so much amazing stuff. We know that you do a wide variety of different types of art, like the mediums that you use are very, very different. And I was just saying to you that I think Miss Elizabeth is going to be interviewing you for her art show. But what motivates you to do, like, how did you get into fashion specifically? So we know you've painted, you do sculpture. Give us some of the other mediums that you've done, but what led you to fashion?
Well, fashion was it's kind of along that line of like with art, creativity, and like that dress up kind of a feel. Because growing up with my mom, and she made all her clothes. Like she made school uniforms for different people for the schools. So that was a normal thing for me to cut fabric using patterns and all that kind of stuff. So it was like like I said, a full circle for me. Like after school, I was always dressing up and buying the latest fashion, going back to Arbus days, with Solly, from Arbus, right? So weekends we dress up in suits and all that kind of stuff. I used to model for the stores, right? And when it comes to like different events in Cayman, like the model events and stuff like that, I always was in front of all that stuff. The bodybuilding shows, my brother Rex, he would compete in the bodybuilding shows, and I would do the fashion side of stuff. So it was a normal thing for me. So. Yeah.
All right. So you say it kind of came naturally with the environment and the surroundings that you were in. It's so interesting that you talk about your mom. We were just talking about fashion. We were listening to a video from Miss Lisa Hanna, who was speaking on the fact that, so much of the quote unquote fashion now is so cheaply made and it's disposable. What she said, you can buy outfits for more than you spend on a patty and a Coke. Or less than you spend on a patty and a Coke. And it's just very disposable. It's ending up in our landfills and we're just throwing it around all over the place. But, it's also interesting that a lot of us didn't grow up with money to even be able to buy, like to go to a proper store and to buy stuff. We had people who were making it for us. So, you grew up in that era where you had a mom who was still, making uniforms and making clothes for her children. So no doubt that really had an impact on you. Did she ever, say, I'll come and sit down and watch me sew something? Or were you just kind of naturally curious about what she was doing?
Well, again, like she always told me like I could do anything I want to do. So I was always curious, right? Even always independent. I always want to be the first of all my siblings. I want to be the first to do everything. So I was curious with these things. Even start like doing my line. I wanted to sew. I wanted to do all the tailoring and all that kind of stuff. So, but it was kind of like too much because I just have an ambitious mind. I just want to do everything for myself. So,
yeah. All right, we got a caller on the line. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Miss Sandra.
Good morning.
Good morning, Al.
Good morning.
Oh my gosh, I want to congratulate Al openly, an old schoolmate and a good friend. So I want to congratulate him openly. And Sandra, something you said in your comments that rests with me about giving people passing down clothes to other people. And when you buy quality stuff. I'm known. I know I'm known for dressing, and I love to dress. I don't care what anyone says. I do me. You do you. And Sandra, they calls my closet because I have a huge closet. They call it the department store. And honestly, when it comes to shoes and clothes, I got 1,000,001 handbags, but I don't change a bag like that. But it is a big heart when I clean out my closet. I have so many people that ask me for clothes. I make sure pack them up for whoever asks me and give them. You have people that go into work or seeking jobs and things, and they don't have clothes. And sometimes we have clothes that get too small for us. Sometimes we get tired of them. Sometimes I just take out clothes out of my closet. And Miss Sandra, there's a father about, I wouldn't tell a word of lie, they still have tags on them. Right now, I take in a bag to someone that asks me, and these clothes still have tags on them. And we must live and learn to give. That was how my forefathers and mother was. We never had much. We passed down to each other, but at the same time, now in today's life, you help one another. If you take something out and it can be used by someone else, why should I pack it and send it to the landfill?
Absolutely.
No, it's not it really and truly, it's not in my heart to do that.
Yeah.
And I am so proud of Al as a schoolmate and as a friend. I tell him, just spread his wings and never ever stop spreading them. He is such an icon for us, his school year, plus the Cayman Islands on the whole. And Al, you continue to grow, sweetheart, and we all are rooting. And you know that there is many out here that love and care for you. So, Sandra, I thank you for that time and that I could congratulate him publicly.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. And maybe I need to go visit her closet. I was going to ask her what size she wear.
Yeah, well, I know her, and she's a walking billboard.
Very fashionable.
And like
absolutely.
Again, always get good support from her and encouragement. So that keeps me going to kind of surround myself with positive people. So it's always inspiring to hear and see, get the support. So.
Absolutely. Now, Al, can we see? You don't have to show us any pieces that are going to be in the big show, but can we just see something that you have there in the studio? Would you be willing to show us something?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if you could see,
we see stuff behind you, but
this is part of the collection, the closet, so it wouldn't be
nice.
reveal anything much, but
this
is part of the collection.
Nice.
And I have a few, like this piece.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This was actually done for Miss Cayman. JC Patrick, she actually won Miss Cayman in this piece. It's a gown, so see, it's
oh, beautiful.
Right, so
wow. Yeah, very nice.
It's some of the pieces, it's kind of inspired by this piece was inspired by the Watland Daub, the architecture, like how we built our old home.
You can flip your camera in that iPad,
Yeah, I was trying to
if you just look down at the bottom where it says settings, I think it's down there on your screen that you're in. And then you should see the option where it says like camera, audio. If you click on camera, then you can switch to the back camera. So we can get there we go. All right. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so I have, like I said, this piece.
Oh, that's a gown.
Kind of inspired by the Watland Daub design. Like a picture like that house up there.
Oh, okay.
We used to like to build the old Caymanian style homes and stuff like that. So this is my modern take on that.
Right. And what is the material that it's actually?
Well, this material is called a polycrop, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's more like a chiffon material, right?
Okay.
But the prototype is this piece.
Mm-hmm.
I built this
Nice.
piece, right?
Oh wow.
So I built that by just using pins. I use the chiffon. So this is a prototype to this piece, right?
Beautiful.
But this ended up being one of my favorite pieces, my signature pieces. So I kept this but it's just using pins, no thread or anything like that. So just using like safety pins and stuff. So.
Have you had any formal training, Al, on like designing clothing or anything like that, or you just do it?
Well, for some reason, like I studied in Tuscany, Italy for bronze, right? And I did a workshops from like people came down from the Caribbean, like Barbados, and I was taught like realistic sculpting and all that stuff. But again, it was kind of like a struggle for me because that came easy going back to school days that everyone wanted me to do their drawing, their stuff in art class and all that kind of stuff. So I was trained to do all that structural and formal kind of setting, but to be more creative, I had to go go out the box, right? Because that was too structured for me, and that kind of keep you stagnant. So I had to go into more abstract, where my mind takes me. So that's how I end up going into different series and stuff, right? So I paint in series because one piece can't really tell a story. So I would have different using different titles like something like something fishy, right? But it's based on Cayman marine life. But I play with the saying something fishy, so you have to look into to see something curious or something familiar and say like, oh, that look like a turtle or some marine life, whatever. But I could play with it, or like dealing with politics, right? So they were like, you would see like again with with all of the uprising kind of like stuff that happened in around the world and Cayman, even like the protests, the riffraff kind of stuff. So I would incorporate all that stuff into my artwork, right?
Right.
So
nice.
Right. So and then like this, I have an icon series, right? This based on like this guy in my neighborhood. He used to make these chopper bikes, right? They call him Reginald, right? Call him Doggy. So he would modify these bikes, like extend the fork to make it along handlebars and all that kind of stuff, right? So, and then I have Kirky. So this series would be trying to capture that like iconic somebody in Cayman, So that's why they would come, even though it might be abstract, but it's based on growing up in Cayman and all that kind of stuff, right? This piece is called like Childish Games when he used to play hopscotch and stuff like that. Right.
Very nice. So lots of inspiration.
Yeah. So each piece would tell a story, So
yeah.
But again, if abstract, people could look in and see different things, right?
Yeah.
But again, like when we started our Native Sons and our first show, the interviewer asked me, "Where's the boats?" I said, "Well, I don't paint boats. It's not. If you look in, you might see a boat, but most people they want to. If you say it's a coconut tree, it's supposed to look like a coconut tree. So it create no interest to me. I could create like I would take real life and scramble it. That's how I kind of explain my style or whatever, right? But it might look familiar to some other. It could be anything. So right. So.
Beautiful. So you've got a studio there, Al, and obviously we can see that your artwork permeates the studio throughout. So you've got sculpture pieces, you've got art on the wall. Do you do any furniture as well?
Well, yeah, the furniture. Just speaking of furniture, this is one of my furniture pieces. And if you notice, it has my logo as a leg.
Okay.
So again, that was another thing that
Nice.
when it comes to like furniture, I like interior, like minimalist, right? And I couldn't find no furniture that I like. 'Cause I like modern style stuff. So like this couch and all that kind of stuff. So just straight lines and all that kind of stuff. So right. And like these walls moves, right? They'll move like if I could transform this place into like from my living space into like a art show in like half hour or take a day, right? So this wall moves and it would close off the TV section, right? So so behind that wall you would have like big pieces. Even that big piece in the back that's over like 30 years old and I'm still working on it, right?
Wow.
So people ask like how long it takes to do a piece.
Like
I was telling my work is never done until it's gone or something. Even if I go to someone's house and I see it, I like some idea might come to me and I could do something with that, So it's always evolving into right. So this piece was done 15 years ago.
Wow.
In Carnival, that's Alden McLaughlin there.
Okay. I see. It looks like he's holding a fish or something.
Yeah, it's called Kingfish. And I used to make costumes and stuff. I used to work with the Bottom who come in with Donna and all those. And I actually made this costume, right? And I took the picture and then I painted from that. So.
Al, that looks so amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so let's have a look. Jonathan Adams says it's so great to see your work, Al. Miss Dorothy McLeod says Cayman's got talent. Angela says we soon see Beyonce in PC off his garment. And
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how the Fashion Week works, because of course, most of us have no clue. We hear these things, Paris Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. So people pay to go to your event. So is it like a paid event? They can purchase tickets?
Yeah, it's like the Fashion Week, they have like different venues and stuff and different companies put on shows, just like going to like an art week or whatever, right? And they would see like up and coming designers or even established designers, and they'll invite them to the show,
right?
So you would have to pay. They'll give you like send a package, like if you want to show like 10 pieces, this would cost $3,000. 20 pieces would cost $5,000. So it varies, right? So it could get expensive, right?
Yes.
I mean, just for preparing for Cayman Fashion Week, I had to spend like over $10,000 just building my collection.
Wow.
Right.
Oh wow.
So it's prices. So, but with my brand, I'm building a luxury brand. So
yeah,
all unique pieces. Is one of a kind piece. You can't go to and find like 10 different pieces, right?
Yes.
So what would cost at $100 at that conveyor belt design, right? If it costs 100, mine would cost 1,000, right? Because that person is like a collector's item,
right?
So
absolutely,
right.
Yes. So people can scan the QR code. We'll post this up on our page as well. Caymanians, if you're in New York, anybody that lives in New York, and we've got people here every morning who listen in from New York, check out his event. His show is actually happening on September the 14th at 8 p.m. And then the location is there off of 23rd Street. So you can go to the venue, scan your QR code, purchase your tickets in enough time. And this collection is called Brush by Al Ebanks. So This looks amazing. He is a featured designer again for New York Fashion Week. You're going to even have a DJ. Who's DJ Twin? He's going to be doing some DJing for you during the show.
Yeah. Well, that's all like New York based kind of like
Mhm.
all in house kind of like people. It's like
Yeah.
like we have like photographers, like the models that we're taking. It's like you're start like investing in your brand. So if you get a chance to go, you say, well, I'm gonna pay my way, right? For me, I'm paying all of my expenses, so there's no, I'm not getting any help from anyone. I didn't realize, but that's how it works. You are investing in your brand,
Yeah. But if there are people who want to help you, can they make donations, or what is the best way to help you on your continued path of success?
Well, like I said, I mean, I'm not one to look Hanok. So I kind of like always like appreciate the support, like someone say, oh, I'll keep going, and that's motivation for me. So it's not like I'm looking at like monetary donation or anything like that.
Okay.
Like I got a call from someone say that, oh, well, they want information because they want to come to the show from Cayman. So that alone is like, that's $1 million.
That's a lot of support.
Right. So
right. So Part Journal says Al always gives back to his community very quietly, and he should also be recognized for that. Thank you, Al. One day I will own one of his art pieces. So she's aspiring to own a piece. I love it.
Yeah. I always try to help when I can, so. Right.
Yes. And Magdalene says that Al Ebanks was always fashionable, and Aunt V sewed for plenty persons in Georgetown Central.
Oh yeah, Magdalene, we grew up next door, so we family, so she know the Shade Road thing.
Tartarian, for those who don't know, Arbus was a Caymanian-owned high fashion clothing store that carried all of the top fashion brands.
Oh yeah, so I still have pieces that I bought from Arbus over 30 years ago.
Wow.
Speaking of recycling, it's like I would take some of my pieces that they are like hand painted. I end up with most of my stuff that like even like Steve McField had mahoganies on Sheridan Road. I even have coat bags that from him, like from the 90s and stuff. So when I buy stuff, it's like
it'll last.
It lasts. Like I could wear something like 20 years old and it probably think it's new. So yeah.
So Damaris says, I'll be working that event. Every year my company does the security for the show. So you might run into Damaris while you're there.
Cool.
Fantastic. And Susan Arch says, Al is so talented. Parsons now says, Al is so talented. Love his work. Congratulations, Al.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, Al, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of insight into the world of, in New York, fashion designer and artists. And, your collection is so beautiful. And I can see some similarities in some of the canvas designs and even furniture and some of the actual pieces that you have of clothing.
All
pretty cool.
My furniture collection too. I make all that stuff.
Yeah, that is so
so again, because I'm reproducing my art, my artwork on fabric, again it's from naturally, so and it's like I have even my own logo print, right? This is like if you see it repeats my name, right? So right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And of course, most of you might know that Al is a fellow Leo. He's just had a birthday last week.
Friday.
Yep. And so, of course, we want to wish you a happy belated birthday as well. I know on the day we wished you happy birthday, but can't say it enough. And, continue on your path of amazing artistic journey and of just amazing success. This is beautiful.
Oh, thanks, Margaret Sandra. You always give me that good support. So, but again, Leos, like we always like to roar.
That's right. We striving.
So
we not lying down all day. We not been doing stuff.
Not gonna stop us. So we just
that's right. Let me have a look at the guy there on the bicycle. That one on the wall. Tell us a little bit about that piece. That just caught my eye. That's nice.
Oh, yeah, again, this guy grew up next door down in like Scranton, like where Auntie and those guys live, right? So it's called Reginald, right? But we call him Doggy. So he was like a kind of show off kind of guy on his chopper bikes. So he used to use like reflectors and even like the handle attached, like the wheel could spin. So and then the seat would be extended so he could just lay back on it all right.
Okay.
But we used to stop on the road just to see him like patrolling the like, you know. So
yeah, he was a fashion show all on his own with that.
Oh yeah, that's part of our culture and stuff like that. So, but again, it's easier for me to do these things. Even like the ground basket, I want to put this in the fashion week too. Like like just to wear, like just the model coming up. This is part growing up for when we go to the grounds and stuff and put all the produce and stuff in that. So I have all this like the touch hat. Right.
Nice. So you're incorporating some traditional Cayman.
Yeah, right. And you got your handbag all made from touch and stuff. So just bringing Cayman to New York.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I wish I could go, but it's literally happening just a few days before I'm taking a big trip elsewhere, my 2-week vacation, my annual vacation. So I won't be able to make it, but please, obviously send CMR lots of video footage of the event, lots of photos, and we will definitely be sharing that with the family here. Craig Nixon sending you some love as well here. So folks, call in and share some positive comments and love for Al. I'm sure.
I got a lot of positive feedback and just the spirit, you know, I could feel him being there with me. So, you know, if you can't make it, I know you're there in spirit. So
wonderful. Yeah. Thank you, Al. Really appreciate you.
Well, thanks for having me. So.
All right, my darling.
Catch up. All right.
Okay. All right. Good. All right, folks. So yeah, Al Ebanks. Anita says, congratulations, Al. Wishing you a safe, healthy, and most successful time at the fashion show in NYC. Irvlyn says some lovely pieces. Oh, they're gorgeous. I was just thinking when Elizabeth does her feature for her show on him, that she needs to take Dean Ramon. You know, we all connected, honey child. We all Caymanians and Georgetowners and East Enders, and Dean Ramon has been getting more into photography and videography. And I think she needs to take him for that interview. Let me see. I'm just sending her a quick message before I forget it. For the Al Ebanks interview. Yep, he can get some amazing B-roll footage. Yes. All right, look at that. Absolutely love it. So wow. Congrats. This is amazing. I love to see Caymanians elevating themselves and doing absolutely amazing things. And of course, here at CMR, we enjoy sharing in those success stories by sharing them with you all so that you know exactly what are people up to. Quite good. All righty, let me see here now. Dun, 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 dun. All right, nice. Just responding to a few messages. Okay, everybody good? 936-2626 is the telephone number. I'm very proud of Al. I think that's absolutely amazing. So scan the QR code if you haven't. If you're in New York, if you can go to New York that week, please go to the show. The more support, obviously, the better. Like I said, if I didn't have my upcoming travel just a few days after, I would have made some real efforts to go. I feel like New York is calling me more and more. So I would have definitely, I've tried to be there, Al, but I will be there in spirit. September the 14th is the show, 8 p.m. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. Please get there early. Don't be pulling no Caymanian thing now, you know, where you show up on Cayman time, late as you want to be. Show up on time, get a good seat, and enjoy the show. Enjoy yourself. And like he said, good quality pieces will last you, quite frankly, a lifetime when you think about it. Fantastic. All right. So what else do we have going on? We have a beautiful video footage that I saw. I wanted to share this with you. The things that inspire artists like Al include Mother Nature. And it's so nice to see that this video was captured just a few days ago from the Cayman Islands. Oh, hold on now. Let me not get this wrong. It wasn't the Coast Guard. Was it the Coast Guard or the Marine unit? Oh, hold on. Let me not get it right. Can be like, oh, you don't even want to give us credit. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I'm giving proper credit where it's due. Let me see here now. I'm pretty sure it was, yes, Cayman Islands Coast Guard. So they had a patrol, they're out there patrolling our waters, trying to keep us safe. So on August the 24th, they did a patrol and the crew got this is what this caption says, the crew got front row seats as dolphins danced through Cayman waters, capping off with the spectacular sunset finale, pure ocean magic. So have a look at this. It's so beautiful. I wanted to share this with you guys. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at them. There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, look at how many of them there are. I counted at least, there's 1, there's 2 together. There's another 2, that's like 4, there's 5. There's another one that's 6. There was a whole pot of them. And then look here, there's like 4 or 5 right there. So isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh. Best job ever on a day like this. This isn't when they're beating down the Jamaican canoes. This is when they get to enjoy a little bit of Mother Nature out at work. But look at those dolphins. They're just so beautiful. Oh my goodness, absolutely gorgeous. So we reshared their reel, and so many of you really, really loved it, saying perfect weather. There's one day last week, I saw a few of you commenting how the ocean had just looked like glass, like it was just so calm out there. So totally amazing. Thank you to the Cayman Islands Coast Guard for the job that you do. I know you get criticized sometimes for not doing enough, but those drug runners are really making your jobs, they're making you earn your keep. Let's put it this way. But on a day like this, when you see these beautiful dolphins out in the water, you must be thinking, oh, what an amazing world if we just had fewer people messing up our oceans and so forth. So let's keep our oceans clean, folks. Let's keep our environment clean. Stop throwing garbage all over the place and all those things. And just look, oh my gosh. Gorgeous. Evelyn says, awesome. It really is beautiful to see. Dolphins are incredibly intelligent creatures and animals. They're considered mammals, right? Because they have live babies. Yeah, they're mammals. I'm trying to think back now, but they're just amazing. They're just absolutely amazing. They are very, very intelligent. They have been known to save humans in distress. They have just done, absolutely amazing things. So to see them out there in our waters, especially, it looks like they were having a little bit of fun and they were on a mission, probably migrating somewhere. A whole pod of them was just really, really nice to see. So thanks for capturing that, Coast Guard. And child, keep your binoculars close by and keep your eye on the prize, because we can definitely see that there's so many other things that you got to be on the lookout for in the water. All right. Love the video, though. Absolutely love the video. So thank you so much. What else is going on in the Cayman Islands? So tune in this evening to Sabrina Speaks. She's going to be tackling the conversation around what do candidates do post, their careers. So they finish, they retire. We saw over the weekend that Kenneth Bryan and Alden McLaughlin are on a journey to becoming, I think Kenneth is still working on fully becoming a realtor. He successfully passed some of his exams, and apparently Alden McLaughlin is done. It's very, very interesting. And so tune in for Sabrina Speaks this evening at 5 p.m. for her take on it. Her show is 5 to 6:30, but starting September the 1st, she's also elevating herself, and she's going to be going from 5 until 7. So she's now going to be doing a 2-hour show. And I must tell you that she has been doing a phenomenal job. Let me take my hat off to her now for saying what a phenomenal job she has been doing. I know some of you are regular, listeners to her program. You tune in here and then you tune back in the evenings to make sure that you catch her. And I think it's fantastic. So yeah, it's great. She's been doing a great job. And it takes a lot more to do this job, I think, than people actually realize. I think everyone, you know how you can do, this is one of the things that low-key I want to do, a day in the life of. Like, I want to be a cashier at Foster's for a day. Because you don't appreciate the stress that people be going through until you've done it. We look down on people, oh, they just a cash register, this, that, whatever. Y'all need, hello. A day in the life of, and so I want to do a whole series. We need employers who are willing to let me do it, though. A day in the life of, like, the CEO, but then also the cashier, all these sorts of things. It's just amazing to see how people have to do certain thankless jobs. I want to do a day in the life of, a Burger King server, like, working at Burger King in the kitchen. Ooh. I'm going to reach out to the guy over there. I wonder if I'm sure they'll let me do it because they got like 3 locations. They got Burger King, they got Popeyes, and they have Tim Hortons. So I could do like a show in each, like a day in the life of, frying. They don't actually use fryers at Tim Hortons. Everything is baked, even their donuts. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. Healthier for you. But maybe I can get to see how to make like crullers and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's a fun show idea, but these things are not as easy as you think. And so a lot of times we underestimate what people do and what it takes to be able to do that job. So I know what it takes because I'm here every day, honey child. I know what it takes to do a daily show. And so I think that, Sabrina has really been doing quite a good job. She has her own, she brings her own personality to the show, and she has really been elevating the conversation. Yesterday, she had on Mr. Sammy Jackson as her guest, talking about development, and she was having some technical issues. Yes, Jim said that she missed it. Were you having technical issues? But she was having technical issues because I think it was just Meta messing up. So the show actually ended up happening in 3 parts, which is quite annoying. But, it was still a very, very good conversation. And I know for a fact that people enjoy listening to Sammy Jackson. He is a lawyer by training. He also sits he's chairman of the off-reg board at the moment. And Sammy is very, very intelligent. And he knows a lot about the world of development. Mm-hmm. So don't miss those shows because you can certainly learn a lot. Good morning, Miss Faith and Hope. Abby says, yes, Auntie, I was all over the place looking for her. I know it's frustrating when these things happen. And, she's so new to it that still certain things, she's like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, girl, ish happens. When you're live, there's only so much you can do. And so she's learning a lot as she goes along. And I was like, okay, when this happens, this is what you do. And, so yeah, no, she's doing great. And she's coming along very, very nicely. And not for nothing, but the show numbers are solid. I mean, we watch show numbers in this industry. We do watch analytics. I mean, I do. I don't know about competitors or anybody else, but I pay attention. I pay attention to what they're doing. I pay attention to what we're doing. And of course, there are professional, even analytics that can compare different platforms and stuff. And, she's killing it, even despite the little glitches in yesterday's program. Her show yesterday, the last segment, which was 56 minutes, still has at this point, 14 hours in, 3.8 thousand views. And when you go and you compare, the time from others who are in that same, like they're on the same time as her, same slot, whatever, they are not getting anywhere near 3.8 thousand views. I can tell you that. In fact, if they get a couple hundred views, they have had a successful day. So kudos, girl. Just keep on keeping on. It's not an easy journey by any stretch of the imagination, I can tell you. But you got this. You have got this, honey child. So, yeah. Oh, this is cute. So, yeah. I like it. I do like it. She is doing phenomenal. Oh. All right. So, Cara Festa continues. Oh, what happened to their show yesterday? 57 people watched the competitor who was on for an hour and 43 minutes. And she has 3.8. I'm just saying. She's doing amazing. Girl, you go on through. And it is hard because, what we do when you're in the public, people get in your head sometimes, and I don't let y'all in my head for rent free, as I say. You better pay if you. Turn that down, honey child. I'm gonna mute you until you turn that down. But if you want to get in my head, you're gonna have to pay to play, because you ain't getting there for rent free. But Sabrina is just such a lovely person, and I feel like sometimes people are still getting in her head. She'll eventually get there, like me, where she not give a damn. She'll be like, "Irks, pump the brakes." But she does care, and she's been doing such an amazing job. And let her know if you're enjoying her show, and I know that a number of you are. By all means, reach out and just let her know. All right, we got a caller on the line. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Sunday.
Hey, hello. Good morning. How are you? Now, you and another gentleman have a very similar voice, so I'm never sure exactly who I'm speaking to when you call in. Are you the one from the West?
Exactly.
Okay, because there's one from Georgetown that sounds a lot like you,
Okay. There's a zillion Henrys in Cayman, so most people know me or call me by my second name, which is typical Caymanian way of calling people. So my second name is Ormond, similar to Ormond Panton. Yeah,
yes,
so that shouldn't be too difficult to remember.
Well, once you told me you're from the West, I know which one it is.
Good. Yes.
Yes, sir. What's on your mind today?
Well, actually, just a few minutes back, you was talking about the tellers at the cash register in the supermarkets or wherever. And it really concerns me to see that, put it this way, I can see these people are not really paid a lot. You can see some stress in their face. However, my special or my preferred supermarket, nothing against the others, is Kirk. Kirk supermarket. Those girls and boys go into the supermarket, especially at the cash register, they always got a pleasant smile on their face. Good morning, good evening, how you doing, or whatever. And you are allowed, from what I understand, to give them tips. Okay? Other supermarkets, you are not allowed to give them any tips.
I don't think that that's true. I don't think that that's true.
No,
who told you that? You verified that?
Yes, I offered it to say we're not allowed to take tips.
I
say, really, you're so professional, you're so courteous and polite. No, sir, we're not allowed to take tips.
And
said,
this is
what?
for the cashiers?
Absolutely. So that is not something that and I checked that out myself. From what they're saying, they're not allowed to take tips, But again, I just want to say, nothing against the other supermarkets, but Kirk's is the place if you want to see your own Caymanians or people with a friendly smile or attitude, that's the place to go. And it's not overwhelming with the size.
Child, they better try and give you a bag of free groceries because that's advertising on CMR. And Kirk's has never advertised them here, so there you go.
yeah. And it's just a good sized supermarket. You can look and see what you want and pick it up and go. And it's a pleasant atmosphere. So I just wanted to say that, and I hope the rest of the grocery store, the supermarket would consider. And let these people, if there's somebody who wants to give them a little dollar or 50 cents or $2, let them have it,
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to check. I'm going to definitely look into that. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That's the one from the West, folks. Thank you. Appreciate it, Mr. Horman. All right. So I'm going to inquire about that because I know you can tip your baggers. And, I'll be honest with you. I never thought of tipping the cashier. So he certainly brought up something here today that never actually occurred to me. Now I tip my baggers, and I'll tell you what I do because I'm not often a person that walks around with cash. I'm very irresponsible when it comes to cash. So I've thrown cash accidentally in the garbage before. Imagine that. Oh, Lord. Boy, I was digging up everywhere. I'm like, I know I had that money in my hand. I went back to the car. I dug through the car and come to find out I had so much stuff in my hand when I was coming inside and I went to the garbage and threw some tissue and stuff in the garbage. The cash was in there. So that's why I don't like cash. I'm not a person because the brain is kind of careless with it when it's in cash form. But what I do now is some of you like, I don't have a tip. What you can do, listen to this. I can go there to get, like when I'm at the register, I'll get a gift card for the bagger, and that's his tip. So the young men and women normally, they use high schoolers and stuff like that, or school leavers, they're still in school, but during their breaks or whatever, they can do bagging. And there's a whole waiting list. Did you know that there's a whole waiting list for people to be a bagger at Foster's? Because it's like quite a lucrative job. Like they really enjoy it. And they get paid a decent little salary. And it obviously helps them with some of their little things, I'm sure, that they want to buy or whatever. But yes, honey child, I'll buy them a Foster's card. Because, I walk in there with no cash. And so I'll just add it onto my grocery tab and say, okay, give them a little $10 gift card or whatever. And then they can use that to buy their lunches, or they can buy their own groceries if they want. So just remember that just because you walk in the store without cash doesn't mean that you have to leave them empty-handed. You can give them a little gift card. Yeah, tipping is important. A lot of service workers really rely heavily on the tips that they receive. And if you get good service, by all means, give them a little tip. A lot of places, the gratuity is included. But I wasn't aware of that, so I'm going to look into that and find out. Jim says, yes, I give the baggers tips. Marjorie says, Kirk staff are super friendly. Now, I'll admit that of all the grocery stores, well, I hardly go grocery shopping anymore myself, I'll be honest. And I like them all for different reasons. Right? Price point, Foster's is always on point. Kirk's is a little bit more, bougie a little bit. But there are things that I love their salad bar. I love it, a lot of the brands that they carry. And even their hot food bar is really, really good. Their store is organized well. Foster's has been redoing a lot of their stores. So now West Bay looks amazing. That's like my favorite store. Because you got the price right and the regular grocery store all in one. But Cayman Bay is nice. Marin's, the Hurley's is also a nice store. There's certain things at Hurley's that you find there that you can't find other places. Hurley's is I mean, Foster's is the biggest, I think, square footage wise. But Hurley's, they've redone their place. I mean, listen, it just whatever. I would say that probably most of the time we shop Foster's. But, you know, even in terms of produce, I like to mix it up. So I'll go to Kirk's, I'll go to Hurley's for certain types of produce. Kirk's is more expensive. So, you know, the budget always can't, you know, but you can find some very interesting and nice things at Kirk's. So if I want certain cheeses and stuff, but then Cayman Bay Foster's has amazing selection of gourmet cheeses as well. So, you know, I figure there's enough support going around. But so Anthony says supermarket cashiers at Foster's are paid very reasonable at $10.50 an hour. You know, I was going to say this. I didn't know what they were getting paid, Anthony, but I will tell you, I knew for a number of years now that it wasn't minimum wage, because some years ago when this whole minimum wage discussion came up, I remember speaking to Mr. Woody Foster. And listen, one thing about Woody is he is very straightforward. Like you can have frank and open and discussions with him. You know, if I have a complaint or if a consumer has a complaint, I'll message him and he looks into it. He's on top of it. Like there's certain things that I like that we have not been able, the turkey bacon that I like, they haven't had it at this store in Countryside because he says, unfortunately, a lot of y'all up this way aren't buying it. Shame on you. And so they were dumping a lot of it. They're wasting a lot of it. So he's like, you know, if you tell me the top 3-4 items in that brand, in that line that you really like, I will ensure that this store carries it. I told him, I said, honey, child, you got to start advertising more on CMR, because when we talk about that bacon, that'll fly right off the shelf. And I'm going to tell you, it's the Applegate bacon. If you've never had any of the Applegate products, may I suggest you look into it. They're healthier for you, no nitrates, et cetera, honey child. And they're just amazing. I love them. They're delicious and they're healthier for you. Well, I was going to say no pesticides, but I guess you wouldn't be putting pesticides in bacon, but no preservatives. You know, it's a much better way of having those meats if you're going to eat them. So the product is called Applegate. Go check it out. They do, you know, sandwich meats and other things and stuff as well. Speaking of which, I could go for a nice ham sandwich right about now with the real ham. Ooh, honey child. I'm going to go get some of that cut ham, that one that they cut with the machine, and you can have them cut it a little bit thicker. Good morning, caller.
You just stop it right now.
I know, right? I'm having food memories. I can't help myself.
It right now. I have been keeping that bacon for quite some time. I let you in on the secret. It started to disappear.
No, I've been eating that forever, but I couldn't find it up this way. So listen, I spoke to Woody, and Woody this past week made sure they're starting to send shipments down here on a regular basis. So we're going to be buying that and stocking up. I can tell you that now.
Well, I'm not telling you where to start it. That's what I know.
It was always, thank you, honey. She's a fan of the bacon too. It was always Cayman Bay. You know, a lot of turkey bacons don't really taste good, but that Applegate one, that's delicious. I'm just saying. Miss Margie says tipping the baggers are important. They're usually school children and they're dependent. And honey child, their little eyes open up so big. First of all, whenever they see me, they're like, Miss Ma Road lady. And I'm like, we just grocery shopping, Bobo. Don't stress yourself. And it feels so good to take a little $10 and tip them. They'd be like, big time tipper too? Miss Sandy's a big time tipper. Come on. Help out our young folks. Encourage them to let them know if they work hard in life, they will be rewarded. So absolutely. Abby, I'm sorry, Jessica says, yep, that's true from when I was last asked about that some time ago. So yeah, $10.50 an hour, not too bad, honey child. Like I said, I want to work as a cashier for a day and I'll do it for free. Marjorie reminds us that Foster supports a lot of local events and they do a lot of stuff very, very silently as well. Like, listen, so many times over the years, I've called on Woody to the point where I start to feel bad, always calling him to help out with a situation, you know, and he's always so willing. That family's amazing. And I love me some Woody. Like I said, he's like my secret crush in a good way. Not that y'all get your head at the, get your no perversion here, but I'm just saying He's just amazing. I love him. All right. Jim says the cashiers may not be able to accept tips because of their handling of cash. And if any money is missing out from their shift, but cash in their pockets, it might be just a way of protecting both the company. Ah, you see, Jim, that's why we like you around here, you know, because you are smart. That makes sense. And yes, that makes a lot of logical sense, actually, why you wouldn't want them sort of co-handling like tips and this and that and all kind of thing. I think you make a valid point. Jim says, I also tip those gas station attendants who offer that service. Yes. Not Ashley 345 says, I have given tips to the cashiers at Foster's and Kirk's, and it is taken. Well, we're going to get to the bottom of that because it's a good question. Strong Will says, I love Foster's because I know where everything is. It helps. When you go in the grocery store, child, you're not walking up and down all day long. I agree. Shopping at all the supermarkets for different things costs you less and price right are great too. Yes, girl. That's why I get my toilet paper, paper towel, certain shampoos, my mouthwash now, because you guys know I've switched from the alcohol mouthwash to alcohol free. And I just love scrolling through there because I'm like a Costco person. I'm a bit of a Costco and Sam's Club. You know, I was a Sam's Club member first, girl. And then, you know, I got onto Costco because they built that big one there in Miami, and I just love it. Applegate is at which store? So now you can find them at all the stores after I messaged him about it. So Cayman Bay has it. Up here, Savannah has it. And the main Foster should have it as well. But I think they were keeping more at the Cayman Bay location because more people were buying it more. Yes. Hi, Bertha. So you should be able to find it at all locations. I know Siobhan gonna kill me now. She's like, now you're gonna make our app run out. Well, when they see that we're actually purchasing more, I'm sure the ordering department will order more. Because it's horrible to have food wastage. They were dumping it up here because nobody was buying it. So it's at Savannah now. I better hurry and tell Miss Stacy go buy some before y'all go there today. But yes, I love the Applegate products. But I need some sandwich meat. Oh, I'm going away this weekend, but when I come back. Sometimes I just love to make an old-fashioned sandwich. Anybody else like that? I love to just go in the kitchen, take out my little bread, put my little mayo on the one side, my little slice of cheese, my lettuce, my tomato. I do, you know which dressing I like to put on sometimes instead of the mayo? Like there's one that's an aioli dressing that's really nice. Sometimes I get that and I put that on there. Or I do, you know, the mustard, you know, what's the fancy one called? The Dijon mustard? What's it called? Whatever that one is. Yeah, you put that in there, child. You put a little piece of ham and you cut your sandwich in half and you sit down and enjoy it. So delicious. That ham is processed. Go get you a piece of ham from the butcher in the back. Which one are you talking about? The one that they slice for you? Which ham? Ms. Bertha says Dijon mustard, yeah. I tip the baggers. Used to be able to add it to my card and I have the cashier give the bagger the cash, but they don't allow it anymore. So the gift card is a great idea. Yes, the gift card works really, really well. All right. Cayman needs to move away from full service so we can get cheaper fuel. That's a savings everyone can benefit from. Let's face it, full service offers nothing more because of the volume of cars. No one have time to check engine oil and water at the pump anymore. So you're suggesting, but what would those pump attendants do? I'm saying they're jobs for them. And I don't mind it. You know, Anthony, I actually don't mind it. And I'll tell you why. It is something that is so unusual. In the States, you got to get out of your car. And somebody said, but gas stations have both options. But yeah, I mean, in the States, you have to get out of your car and pump it yourself and run inside, pay, and run back to the car. I mean, I enjoy, although normally I go inside to pay because, but I enjoy being able to just let somebody else pump it for me. And then I go inside and get a big shout out to Refuel. I go inside and get my free water with every pump, every refill. I'll be like, oh yes, I'm here for my free water. Sliced meats are processed. But you're saying the butcher has something in the back that isn't processed? The butcher has unprocessed ham? Huh. Okay, we need to talk about that, Jim, so I can make sure I understand what you're saying. All right. So I can just go in the back and tell them to give me the unprocessed ham? Okay, Bobo. I see my hands are tingling to order something off of Amazon today. Lord Jesus. I'm going to hit the order button. I'm going to order it. Kaboom! Ordered. Oh, wait a minute. Did I remember to, oh yes. My mailbox had a zip code change. So I was like, did I remember to change it? I sure did. I'm still all about this stringless guitar. I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, where can an adult go for guitar lessons? Can I just show up? Ooh, look at this little dress. Oh my gosh, this dress is so cute for little girls. Tell me what you guys think about this. This is so adorable. Ugh, I'm so glad I had a girl. I'd be dressed up that poor little boy and all kind of stuff, and he'd be like, Mom, this is so not me. Please take this outfit off of me right now. Ooh, look at these summer capris. These are so pretty. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I think I need brown in my life. I wonder how these run though. The good thing about Amazon is they'll tell you too, like size-wise. Most people, like a large is a true large kind of thing. I love, what size do they have the brown in? Oh, looks like they don't have the brown. Oh, and they have a nice green. Anytime I wear green, I get so many compliments. Ooh, they have a nice chiffon blue. I'm feeling only 3 left in stock. I'm feeling it. I wonder if I should get the large or extra large. Sometimes it depends on the cut. All right, we're going to go with the extra large because they're like the kind of palazzo look. So being a little bit big, you can always take in the waist. I got thunder thighs, child. So I might need a little bit. Ooh, they have this Pilates equipment, portable Pilates bar kit with all this stuff. I'm not into Pilates yet, but I need to get there. Oh, wow, that looks nice. Oh my gosh, he looks so ripped. I'm just saying. A cordless jump rope. I have a jump rope that is a smart jump rope. I don't think it's cordless though. Because when you're inside, like jumping rope with cords is challenging. This one has no cords, but it has a smart app. So it tells you how much jumping you've done. Oh yeah, that sounds amazing. You guys see what happens when you start looking at Amazon, honey child? Everything looks amazing. Oh, look at this top. Oh my gosh, this top is so beautiful. Oh no, I need to have this top. Ay, ay, ay. Let me show you guys some of what I'm looking at because you're like, girl, hit the exit button off of that web browser. Okay, let me show you what's been catching my attention. Okay, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. It goes well with white. You could wear the black. You can pick out one of the aqua colors in there. So I think Auntie gonna be getting that. And they have it in all sorts of different colors. You've got black with like a floral print on the background. You've got red checkered. They got about 20 different designs here. These are pretty, but I really like that aqua color. So I think I'm going to add that to my cart. And then, oh, what's this one? And then because, when you click on something, they're like, oh, you like that, huh? Then check this out. Ooh, this lounge outfit. Oh, this is so cute for vacay. Nice vacay outfit. And then we can layer that. I'm saying cardigan with 3/4 sleeve. Oh, this is how you get in trouble. Okay, let me show you something else here that I thought was so cute just now. So that's cute. And then what about this one? For the little girl in your life. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh. I bet Gigi would love that. So cute, right? Weddings, formal events. Leg is doing good, Marjorie. It's coming along, Miss Marjorie. Thank you so much. Aliano says, on today's segment of Watch Auntie Sandy Shop, she says, you already went on vacation. Why are you buying vacation clothing? Because this is a different kind of vacation. This is a out of the USA vacation. So you gotta look chic. Oh, they've got hiking cargo shorts with pockets. Oh, these are cute. I like the fact that they're longer. They come more down to the knee because these shorty shorts, honey child, can't take them. And then they have multiple pockets. Oh yeah, you can't. These are hiking outdoor shorts. Okay, let me show you this. Hold on. These look nice. I like these because these are actually loose fit. And then I could totally do with a pair of these. They get the thing in the waist, so they stretch a little bit. You got the khaki. What color is this? Oh, and you can redeem up to 10% off with this code if you qualify. So I just redeemed it. Now I got to decide what color. I got black. I got kind of this greenish color. Blue. I love the blue. Burgundy. Another black. What's the difference between these two? That's black and this one's B01 black. Like, what's the difference? They look the same to me. And then we've got like a right white, which is kind of like, it's not rice white. So it's not a white, it's more like a light khaki. That'll go with a lot. And then we have khaki, we have gray khaki, we have dusty pink. I think I'm gonna go with the rice whites. Okay, let me show you guys this one too. Because sometimes you can't find stuff. Like even when you go shopping in a regular store, that's what Amazon's there for. All right, look at this one. I know y'all gonna tell me those are granny shorts, but see? Comfortable, they come closer down to the knee. These are for outdoor walking, so loose fit. So she's 5'9", and it comes like right above her knee. So for those of us who are like 5'4", this would come to the knee. So this is perfect, right? And that's a size small. She's a small. I like it. Okay. Kirks. Ooh, and then we have the cargo capri. I love a good cargo capri. Oh, wow. These are nice. Oh my gosh. I love these. These are so chic European style. I'm feeling these. Child, we can only take how many pieces? Well, they told us to pack 35 pounds each. I'm like, child, that's gonna be hard to do. But look at this. Isn't that nice? And then those come in a ton of different colors. So the color palette means you can get, that's army green. Army green is good. I love army green. But then check out the color palette. So tell me now, if I was going to buy 2 of these, which 2 would I get? I think I would actually do, they have the traditional beige, black. Black, you always feel so safe with black. Blue gray, bright gray, dark khaki, gray, dusty khaki. This dusty khaki color got me feeling good about life. Dusty purple. I guess dusty means it's not like a strong, it's like the lighter version of it. So it's on sale too. I'm just saying. 15% off. Now, this is navy. I always got to think about what clothes I have. So like this top, this would go good with the navy because this has got navy in it. So I'm going to go ahead and select one navy. And then let me see what other color. I'm going to get two of these khakis because I feel like these would be comfortable. Put on my little kids. They got that hot pink color. They got a royal blue. What is this? Savannah. That's almost like Savannah is a hard color to explain. A kind of a rusty color. This one is aqua. So this one they're calling blue as well, but that's more of like an aqua color. Then we've got green and we have a wine color. So I'm going to do the blue and the army green. Add that to my cart. I wonder how they run though. Size chart. Oh, this is why you gotta look at the size chart. So size chart, waist, hip, inseam, length. Okay. Lightweight and quick drying, moisture wicking, breathable fabric, UPF 50 plus protects your skin from the harmful rays of the sun. That's good. Yes, I need a couple outfit pieces. You know, I was dreaming about being in Miami last night shopping. Not for nothing, but yeah. It was a last minute trip. My cousin's like, oh, let's just go to Miami. I was like, oh, okay. I'm there. Ooh. Bermuda long shorts with pockets, high-waisted, athletic, knee length. Yes. For women walking, workout. On sale, 20% off. And okay. Oh, these coming a lot of fun colors. I could also use these for pickleball shorts, to be honest. Okay. I'm gonna put a little heart emoji next to these because I might look at these later, but these are not necessary for the vacation at this time. Ooh, Adidas shoes. Look at these fashionable things. But you know, I have to pick shoes to give me support for my this is a running sneaker. Wow, they look big for a running sneaker, like the heel looks really, really big. I gotta get something for my fascio. What is it called? What's it called? Not fasciitis, but the other metatarsal area. There was a shoe that the doctor recommended, but I can't remember the name of it now. But I need something with a lift. So these look nice. Oh, look at this Nike. Ooh, but you know, Nike, Chad, it'd be so expensive. Downshifter 13 road running shoes. Well, I ain't running yet, but these look nice because they have a little bit of a lift. And so I kind of feel like that lift is important for like the heel support and stuff. But these are not on sale. Oh, chill. When I don't see them on sale, I'm like, ew. I can't deal with that. Show me a sale price, please. Under Armour. Whew. Boy, these Under Armours be so expensive. Ooh, these are 24% off though. I don't like that particular design, but Child, this is what happens when you start on Amazon. It's a rabbit hole that you will not win. Amazon is going to be winning. All right, let me come off because I ain't got no money. Poor people daydreaming on Amazon need to stop. Sure. This item says it can arrive tomorrow if you hit order now. Today's deals. Ooh la la. I want to get one of these rotating curling irons, the ones that like curl it for you. I feel like I could actually use that on my hair and I might be okay because God knows I can't use a traditional curling iron. Oh my gosh, I need to do an unboxing of what I got for my birthday to show you guys. Anywho, let me come off of Amazon because it's deadly. As you can see, it's like click, 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 and then it takes you all over the place. I'm looking at the deals of the day now. They got ear and nose trimmers. Thank God, have never needed one of those. 30% off the Anchor charger. Ooh, I gotta send this to Marilyn. We purchased this already. We have a few of these and they are amazing. Let me show you what they look like. Hold on. You can actually charge your laptop on these, your iPhone. They're not cheap, so that's why you get them when they're on sale, because normally they're like over $100. But if you get them when they're on sale, they are amazing. Look at this. Yep, 165 watt. That charges my laptop. Yeah. So it has portable charger with triple 100 watt USB-C ports built in and retractable cables. You can do iPhones, MacBooks, Samsung. It'll charge a MacBook Pro up to 50% in 33 minutes. It'll do the MacBook Air in 21 minutes. It does an iPhone 16 in 25 minutes and the Samsung S24 in 28 minutes. So it has 3 USB-C ports with 100 watt max power each. And they're on sale right now. So we actually own 2 of these already. So you can like charge 3 devices at the same time. Actually, you can do more than 3. You can power up to 4 devices. Yeah. So this is a good buy if you're looking for a good portable charger. Because when you travel, you're taking all these chargers all over the place. This you just take with a couple cables and it's minimalistic. They're like, I think this size. Where's the one that we have? I have it out there. Sometimes I just throw them in my handbag. And so this is a really, really good buy. And here's all the specs on it. And like I said, they got it on sale right now. So this one, the sale price at the moment is $94. Normally it's $135 though. And they do have it in silver and black. These are Anchor, and Anchor, they make very good products. So they're good quality products. You can do Anchor cables and all that kind of stuff. They make amazing products. So they have an Anchor Prime USB-C to C, 240 watt fast charging cable that is like high grade, high quality. And it's endures and charges in any weather. So up to 176 degrees Fahrenheit and 40 below. So this is like a really nice quality cable in case you need one. And you can bend it over 300,000 times before that cable is gonna, so it's got 100-year bend durability, 8 times tougher than ever before. They've got a 6-foot cable, 3-foot cable, and a 1-foot cable. And right now the 6-foot is on sale for $27.99. That is 20% off. I feel like I could do with a 3-foot cable. That one's only 13% off, but 3 feet. 3 feet is how much? Like this much? 3 feet for a laptop. Let me think about that now. 3 feet. Yeah, I think 3 feet would be good for a laptop, And you can get it delivered today. Look at that. Girl. Okay, I really am going to come off of Amazon. We're going for 10 o'clock. We are going for 12. Why my husband talking about if I'm ready? I'm not ready. All right. Good morning. 35 pounds is just my hair products and oils and lotions. Right? Trust me. Listen, I can do bad all by myself. Enough with the Amazon. Oh my God. I feel like I need a 6'2" though, you know? Oh my God. I need like, it's okay. Let me come off. Like for real. For real. There's too many good deals on here. Oh, I can't even. Thank God I don't live in the States. I'd have Amazon packages coming every single day. Oh, look at this linen summer palazzo pants. Oh my God. I love it. Ooh, I love the purple, the brown, the blue, on sale, 21% off. They got hair products, they got electronics, they got, you know, I do not have a proper KitchenAid blender. You know, the KitchenAid ones are like really expensive. Y'all know that I don't have one of those. I have a little miniature one, but I don't have a big one. As much as I was cooking up in the kitchen, look at this. Y'all are gonna laugh at me when I show you this, because every proper chef should have one of these in the kitchen. And the colors are gorgeous. There was an issue with your file. It won't even let me upload my file. It's like, girl, just get off of Amazon. Hold on, honey chill. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God. They have them on sale right now. This is the KitchenAid Artesian Series 5 quart tilt head stand mixer with pouring shield. Blue. This color is blue velvet. Oh la la. It's so beautiful. Although I don't think I would get the blue velvet. They have them in tons of colors. Oh my gosh. These are $400, but they're on sale from $500. So you get $100 off, 20% off. And you could do, they have almond cream, aqua sky, black, blue velvet, cardamom. That's like a green from like the 70s. Remember those colors, those kind of pastel colors from the 70s? That's kind of what that color looks like. They come in a lot of amazing colors. No. Huh. Okay. Wow. The color palette is gorgeous. I would probably get the red, to be honest. They have a red, and then they have one is like a popping, what is this one called? Passion red. Ooh, the passion red is beautiful. And then they have more of like a darker red. They have scorched orange. They have white, no white, magic yellow, lavender cream. Oh, the metallic chrome is nice. Very understated. And because I have black appliances, like I have black stainless steel, I feel like this metallic chrome would actually go really kind of nice with that, to be honest. But I like a pop of color. Oh, the silver is nice too. Oh my gosh, I've never owned one of these. One day, but not today. Definitely not in my budget. I know somebody's like, Marlon, better hurry up and get home, child. Get you off Amazon. Look at this. Isn't that one nice? I like that color. I think that's just beautiful. Yes, beautiful. But they have a whole palette selection here that is like amazing. I love these. This is what happens when you start scrolling down the Amazon. Look at all the colors they come in. Aren't those pretty? Oh my goodness. Hey, Dean, I'm here looking at Amazon daydreaming about appliances. Yeah, A.L. Thompson's has them as well. And I think the A.L. Thompson's price is actually pretty good. Oh, someone says this one matches my car. True. Maybe that's why I like it. I kind of like that gray. Gabby says he's lucky she not on Shein like how I am. I've never even been to the Shein website before, I'll be honest. But child, I can stay on Amazon all day daydreaming. And when Gigi walks by and she says I'm on Amazon, she stops. Mom, can I look at? And I'm like, no, that makes me close it real quick. When I see her come on, I'm like, do you have money? She's like, yes, the tooth fairy left me money. Oh my gosh. Clip-in hair extensions, not for me. OMG. There's just so many pretty things here. What can I say? Gorgeous. Tile, what is these? Oh, Bluetooth trackers. Interesting. They have a weighted vest, 6 pounds, 8 pounds, 12 pounds. This is where you put weight on you. Like when you go running and stuff, on sale, 21% off. Child, I got natural weight. It's called fat. We don't need one of those. But for those of you who want to, build up a little bit when you're running and stuff, don't forget your coupons. Let me let you in on a little secret. And I used to miss this for years. Amazon had me paying full price and not get my little coupons. So what you have to do, you just literally have to pay attention, because underneath, they put it right underneath the price, but it is so easy to miss these coupons, right? So let me show y'all where this is, honey chill. So right underneath the price, you see that little redeem? It's smaller and it comes underneath, and then you get 10% off. So it's already on sale for $29.99, 21% off. And then you just click and redeem that button and you can get another 10% off. I have discovered, because I used to cut coupons back in the day when I lived in the States, let me tell you, I love the Sunday paper because it was full of coupons. And so where's my coupon section? I'm going to tell y'all something now. So Amazon has a section. They kind of hide it though. Like, I don't know what they be doing, but they be hiding stuff from you. So you kind of have to look for it. And they move it around too. So it's not easy to find, but they do have a coupon section. Let me see coupons. Sometimes I have to, oh, that's Marlon calling me. Oh God, if he hears I'm on Amazon, he's going to have a fit. Hold on. Hello. Our appointment is until 12 o'clock, so I'm not hopping anywhere. Look at your invite, your calendar invite. It's 12 o'clock. Well, they were not available then. That's the only time that they had, 12 or 5 o'clock. So we have to work with their schedule, sir. All right. I'll call you in a bit. Bye-bye. No. I'm doing some stuff. I'm still on air and I'm expecting an overseas call any minute now. So I got to go. Okay. Call you soon. Toodaloo. So you got to sometimes click on that. But then the other thing that they just recently introduced, let me show you now. Hold on. That's Marlon Shaw. He won't be conversing. Ooh, this is a wireless presenter hyperlink volume control presenter. Click. So sometimes they have a redeem button like that. And then other times it shows up like this. So you got to pay attention, because if you don't click on it, they're not going to give you the discount. So coupon price on this item that is $13.99, I can get it for $12.31, but I got to click on that coupon thing right there. All right. So pay attention. You'd be surprised. So I'm telling you now, you can actually filter your stuff by coupons, but you gotta go and look for this section that says coupons, because they be hiding stuff from you. But the coupon price is considerably less than the regular price. But if you don't go into the coupon section, you're not going to get it. So yes, they have a whole section of coupons. And, ooh, they have the digital calendar on sale. What? $50 off with the coupon. You see what I'm telling you, honey child? Remind children to complete their chores on time. Oh, I have one of these digital things. They are amazing. They're a digital calendar that you put up on the wall. You can sync all of your appointments. You can do like, everything for the kids. Everybody's shared calendars right there. Oh, we'll have to talk about that one day. It's amazing. Love it. So they have a 15.6-inch one on sale, 50% off. Ah, nice. Honey chill. Sewing kits, karaoke machines. They got all kind of stuff. But you just have to go into the coupon section and you'll see what's for sale. Fit Beast grip strengthener. Nice. Anyway, folks, I am just enjoying my Amazon scrolling a little bit too much. You guys, Neela says Shein is cheap and mediocre. Not for nothing, but I'm not hearing about no great things from them. So Barbara says, how did we go from secondhand to online shopping? This is the rabbit hole called Amazon. Let me tell you, they sell everything there, almost babies, if you ask me. All right, let's just get off the shopping and get off of Amazon, and we're going to end the show. So tomorrow, I think we have some government officials joining us. Yes, the premier is coming on, as far as I know. And as we discussed, what is this for? Why did we discuss this? All right, need to go check my emails clearly and read through those properly. And yeah, you guys have a fantastic day. Take it from me. Don't go on Amazon today. Everything looks good. They have a 3-in-1 baby bassinet. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Oh, how cute is that? And you can put it right up to the bed. With the coupon, you save like $30. Oh, this is the most adorable thing. Oh, I love it. Child, when I had my baby, I was like, listen, I'm only having one. So we got splurged just a little bit. My husband was like, really? Do you really need that particular stroller? I was like, yes. We were only going to do it once. And then we donated it to people who could really appreciate a good stroller. Stroller, yeah. Magnetic game. Interesting. Portable breast milk container. What? Yes, sir. The things that you see. Oh, I want to get one of these ultra thin vacuums. Okay, this one is on sale. $89.99. Oh, they're kind of trying to replicate the Dyson, I think. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, love it. They got a rug for sale under home furnishing, 8.10 rug. You get $10 off of that one with the coupon. All right, I gotta go. You guys have a beautiful day. See you in the morning. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.